Kentucky's top crop is nearing a crisis. Soybeans are ready to be harvested, but China, the biggest buyer of U.S. soybeans, isn't buying.
It's in retaliation for tariffs imposed by the Trump administration. In tonight's Field Notes, I caught up with an ag economist at UK to see what negotiations in Washington mean for farmers here at home.
Between the rows, Grant Gardner breaks down soybean basics.
They're going to be harvested in early September through November, depending on when they were planted.
This field at UK's North Farm is used for testing soybean varieties. But what's really being tested this season are the farmers that grow soybeans.
And so especially Central Kentucky right now is really getting what I call the double whammy in the fact of they're not going to have great yields, but additionally the prices aren't there as well.
Input costs like fertilizer are high, grain costs are low, and heavy rain in the spring followed by drought-threatened soybean yields. There's only one thing that could make it all worse, and that's a trade war, which is exactly what's happened in retaliation for the Trump administration's tariffs on Chinese goods.
Well, since that has happened, China's pushed back and said, well, we can source our beans from elsewhere. And so this year they have not bought a single soybean from the United States.
In Kentucky, soybean crops are grown on nearly 2 million acres, used to produce livestock feed, cooking oils, and biodiesel. While used domestically, soybeans are also the country's largest ag export, and China is its biggest buyer. Last year, the U.S. exported nearly $24.5 billion worth of soybeans, and China accounted for more than $12.5 billion of that.
When we see anyone try to negotiate trade the way we're seeing in this administration, agriculture is the one that takes the brunt of it, because we are a net exporter of ag products.
If no one bends, China doesn't buy any soybeans, this harvest, where do they all go?
And so what would happen is that soybean product would be backed up in the United States.
And China will look to Argentina and Brazil for its soybean imports. As for the farmers caught in the middle, Gardner says hopefully they have a diversified farm with other commodities to rely on this year. Otherwise,
I think, best case scenario is break even, and then from there it's all downhill. And I think we're going to see a lot of negative returns from the soybean crop in general within the state of Kentucky.
Farmers have already begun harvesting soybeans, and they'll continue through November.